Well, hello. Welcome back to Neptunifish Tarot. My name is Alicia. I came today to do a weekly reading for the sign of Aries. We're going to be looking at the first week in May. Happy May, everybody. We made it. So, this may apply. We're going to call it May 3rd to May, May 9th. I guess we'll call it May 3rd to May 9th. It is for the collective sign of Aries. Obviously, it can't possibly be everybody's situation, but I think there's probably something in the message for everybody anyways. So we'll just go with that. I did use a couple of decks. I pre-shuffled. I did the Ethereal Visions, Matt Hughes tarot deck. I clarified with the Cosmic Tarot over the top. I pulled out my Wisdom of the Oracle, had a card pop out. Pulled out my Moonology, had another card pop out. So we're just going to get right into your reading, Aries. Looks like something's going on this week. For some of you, it seems like the overall energy here is, I think, best captured by looking here at regeneration. So you can kind of see in the picture there what's going on. Looks like a storm has passed through and stripped you bare. Maybe some of you are having a situation, I want to say, probably, or some kind of an event. It could really even just be a sudden realization, something that's sort of made you realize that there's something has to change in your life, or something that's being removed or shaken up in your life that you may not have any control over, right? And so you're going to probably find yourself in a place this week where you're going to need to do a little reflection and stepping back and gathering yourself and sort of getting your ducks in a row to take off in another direction, right? And it can just be in any life area. So it could be a relationship, obviously. It could be job, business. It really could be like a home situation too. It could be personal as well, I want to say. I think a lot of times we forget that a lot of the transition and transformation that goes on is just within our own self, in our own minds, in our own thoughts, right? So keep that in mind. Moonology says to balance spirituality and practicality. That's always... We want to always take a balanced approach to life. We don't want to spend too much time, sort of out in the ethers. Aries, you're probably not prone to doing that a lot. So for you, I would say maybe this is a time where you do spend a little more time spiritually. And I think we'll see that showing up here in the message. So we start with a Page of Pentacles, we get into Justice, and then we get into the Ten of Wands, then down into Temperance, into Judgment, and to the Six of Swords. And so you can see there's a lot of major arcana here. This Page of Pentacles, she certainly does look pensive, doesn't she? I feel like she's trying to tell us that we've kind of come to a place where we're just kind of sitting and really doing some deep thought at this point about, like, now what are we going to do, right? Because I pulled the Four of Swords as the clarifier for her. Yeah, it looks like we're doing some introspecting. It looks like, with the Four, we need to sort of balance our thoughts. We need to rest our minds for a little bit. And then when we get into justice, again, and this is clarified by the Four of Wands, again, it's that 11:11 thing. So there's definitely something that's coming up, a situation. It feels like something that's very unfair is what I'm going to say, just based on the whole reading here. Something that you're having to rethink about or to reevaluate, because what has gone before in the Ten of Wands, which is the next card, it's just not working for you anymore. It's clearly not boding well for your mind or for your emotions. It's leaving you feeling heavy and out of balance and probably unhappy. That comes into Temperance with the King of Swords, and I think that this is where we see you trying to balance out your thoughts, and with this King cutting out some things that are causing you a lot of grief. And this could be just, again, in your own mental space. It could also mean with the Page of Pentacles that you're actually cutting something out of your physical environment, though, as well. So again, this can be anything from a relationship to a job, to, just any number of things, really. But don't forget to consider carefully that it could really just mean the way that you're thinking, okay? So here we see the Two of Swords clarifying Judgment, and then into the High Priestess and into the Six of Swords. And so I want to kind of take this cluster here, right? So Judgment, something has come up for review, all right? And with the High Priestess there, I would say, here's the question, okay, this week in May, Aries. Are you willing to consider something new? Are you willing to take a second look at something that hasn't really been working out for you? It seems like you've been spinning your wheels with it. It seems like it's been causing you pain. It doesn't seem like it's been going in your favor. Are you willing to spend some time and to connect into your spiritual guidance? Okay, your inner High Priestess has a message for you, all right? And you're at a crossroads, right? Two of Swords. You're at a crossroads where you may find yourself in a situation where something is being taken away from you. It may not even be an option, right? I hope that that's not the case. I hope that it's something that you're just trying to make up your own mind as to whether or not you want to drop it. But for some of you, it can be that the universe is bringing a situation to your front door. And you're going to be forced to have to make a decision, right? You're going to have to make a judgment on how you want to move forward. And it's going to take a minute, okay? The Six of Swords, yes, spending some time with your inner guidance to kind of gather up your resources and to kind of figure out what direction to go in next. It is going to bring you into a calmer place. Releasing those burdens is going to bring you into a nicer spot, where I do believe you will find yourself able to feel better, I would say, as we come out of the week, going into the rest of May. At the very least, I would say, this week would be a great week for you to work on a game plan, to identify what would bring stability into your life? What would allow you to bring in new relationships, okay, of all kinds, supportive relationships, right? Again, I feel like for a lot of people, this really is going to be their jobs. But it can always be with our intimate relationships and our partnerships. It can always be those, right? Because those all have ebb and flow to them. The bottom of the deck, though, it was really auspicious. It's really good. It's an Ace of Swords. So Aries, that's kind of your energy, right? Like, you're going to come up with something, okay? It's going to be like a new sort of inspiration, like a new idea is going to come to you. And I think if you will spend time here in this process evaluating, how you can get to the Six of Swords, I think with the Ace of Wands, you're going to come up with something, with a way, okay? A path forward here with this Priestess is going to be revealed to you. And then with the Seven of Swords, I think that you just kind of quietly tiptoe away, okay? I think that you make the plans for yourself. You're not in a sharing space, okay? You're in a recovery and a healing space this week, okay? You've got some thinking to do. But I feel like you're gonna really come through it. I think like through this process, you're gonna be given some real insight, some real wisdom, okay, is gonna be able to come through here. And you're gonna be able to make this judgment call. All right. Do it carefully, do it quietly. You're going to need to rest, okay? Not a lot of action this week, okay? It's going to be a lot of thinking and a lot of planning is what I would say about that. All right, Aries, good luck to you, and I will see you guys all next week. Take care.